Been kind of under the weather myself today, so I didn't want to do too long of a live.
No worries. Are you coming back at 10?
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Okay,
to.
sweet.
Yeah, if not, I'll
You're an
I'll
animal.
definitely keep something like that. But I'll
An
let you guys have
animal.
it. Yep,
All
it's
right,
all yours.
cool. Alrighty, guys, let's chat about realtors and why we call them. We got to call realtors all the time. King Boy, were you up here with Jeff?
Hi, Trent. I was actually talking to
Yes,
Jeff.
yes, I was. Yeah, yes, I was. I was with him. I'm new to the chat, and I wanted to let him go over a possible deal I had just to see because I wanted to make an offer, but I just want
Okay.
to make sure somebody kind of I wanted to
Yeah, no problem.
look
Let
over
me
just to
let me
see.
finish with Abdullah, and then we got you covered. Okay, Abdullah. Sorry about that. I
Okay.
didn't realize
No,
you
no
were up.
worries. No worries. No worries. I just
How's it
turned on
going?
my camera. Going good.
Excellent.
I was just telling Jeff that I've been on Discord, I think three weeks or less, and I think I got my first deal coming through. Closed
Excellent.
the it's I'm gonna summarize it because I think Jeff answered all my questions. So
Okay,
it's
perfect.
it's a place in Cleveland, Ohio, Section 8. The
Okay.
tenant is there, wants to stay. It's clear, no mortgage on the property. The seller wants to sell it because they want to invest it in Philippines, and he was not that happy with the creative approach, and said, "I'm gonna probably charge you higher interest." So I said, "Why don't we add the interest in the principal?" So he was like, "Oh, interesting." And then he said, "What would it look like?" And I just said some numbers off the top. And I said, "But let me put the numbers down on the calculator and then send it to you in an email." So I did take help from BuyBox. It gave me a starting point, what numbers to
Okay.
use. Then I
Good.
tweaked it a little bit. Jeff saw the numbers. He said, "Looks good. Less than 20% of buying entry and 20% cash on cash return. Less than 10% of down payment. Things
Good.
looking good." He said, "Looks good."
All
His
right.
concern was that there were not enough pictures. So he said, before you say anything, get more pictures because we
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
5.0
Because
there.
I mean, getting it under contract's one thing, selling it is the other thing. So
Yeah,
once we get it under contract, we gotta put a bow on that thing and make it look pretty. So
yeah,
it's really important to make it really appealing to buyers.
yeah.
Good job,
And
excellent.
that was my question to Jeff too. That what if I don't find a buyer? Like, how do I go about doing it? So
Yeah,
he
and he
said, just
told you
keep
to
an eye
cancel it.
out on. Yeah, he just said keep an eye out on the inspection period. Give
Yeah, and
7 to
it's really
10 days.
important, like have Siri, like tell Siri, hey, remind me on this day at this time that I need to cancel this contract on this property. So
That's a
like
good idea.
have those reminders because if you don't cancel it, you're paying the EMD.
I see. Okay.
So it's
All
really
right.
important. All
Okay,
right,
got it.
good.
Got it.
Excellent. Let me know how it goes. I wanna hear what's going on with it. That's great.
Sure, definitely. Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Trent and Jeff.
Absolutely.
I think he's off. All right.
He took off on us. All right. Okay, King Boy, let's do it. Thanks, Abdullah.
Thanks.
Hey
Okay.
guys, and just a reminder in my lives we always turn on our cameras so we can all see each other and say hi. Also, the very, 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 very high. The very most important thing is always call the realtor first. We want to find out why people are selling their properties, and it's so much easier to know that by asking them and finding out what's up, and then figuring out our strategy of what we're going to do. Okay, King Boy, what's going on?
Okay. Well, I'm still new here. I'm
Yeah.
getting up, but yeah, I wanted to run by a deal that I had. I think I got a couple actually yesterday, but I want to keen in on one. He said
Yeah,
he
no
was
problem. Do you
interested
have a
in
camera?
huh?
Can
Do
you
I have a
turn your
camera?
camera on?
Yeah, hold up.
Thanks. Yeah. So everybody that comes on stage, I want your camera on.
Okay.
because that's the best way. The whole point of this entire the whole deal is relationships with realtors, with people in the Discord. You want to make friends with as many people as you can, so you can get these deals going. And it's, getting somebody in the Discord to help you out is so much fun. It makes things so much easier. I was talking to a kid from Iraq yesterday, and I love this kid. He's so awesome, and his name's Hussein. And hopefully he's in here today if he's around, if his internet's good enough. He was so funny. In the middle of our talk, all the power went out, and I'm like, I said, "Oh, what happened?" And he's like, "I live in Iraq." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's what happened. That's why the power went out." Okay, good to know. Super good kid. So we'll hopefully we can get him in here. I know that Davin from England was helping him try to find a good way to call. Bless you. Okay, so King Boy, you got a camera or what's up? You want us to come back to you? Oh, there he is. He's coming up.
Who are you excited for?
What's that?
You seemed excited for somebody.
I'm always excited.
Mm.
We're waiting for King Boy. Oh, there he is. How are you? Okay, what's up?
I'm all right.
Good.
Kind of was, my son, dealing with my son. Okay, wanted to just run this deal by. This is my first one. I mean, I've been.
Okay, let me ask you real quick. Have you talked to the realtor?
No, it's a my owner.
Okay, have you talked to the owner?
Yes, I already talked to him. Yes.
Okay, what did they say? What's his reason for selling?
He just said that he's just tired. He's older. He just gets tired.
Okay.
He just wanted to just get rid of the property, or just kind of. He had a for sale by owner sign in the pictures on Zillow. And then he just was like, he was kind of sick, and he was just like, "Hey, I don't think it has no mortgage on there. It's just like free." He'll say he would be interested in creative financing or sub two.
Great. Okay. And did you ask him what he's kind of looking for monthly?
Yeah, no, I mean not that far, but I'm pretty sure that he wanted payments. He was cool with the payments in the balloon of the property.
Okay, great.
Like, yeah, I did a buy box. It's like,
okay,
I'm gonna put some numbers in there.
Tell me what's his asking price? Let's start there.
Okay, his asking price is 117. He wanted
117. Okay, and so right away, let's try to figure out what we could give him as a down payment for this. What do you think it should be?
I put it in the buy box. It said 14.
Okay, but what do you think?
I think that's about right, because when I talked to him, he said, "I want a down payment." He said he wanted significant, but didn't say significant, but definitely wanted a down payment.
So what I always like to do is I like to start at 8%. Okay, so that's going to be about maybe $8,500, $9,000. Because 8% down payment is good for selling, because we've got to sell this to somebody else. So we want this to be a really good deal. And what's cool is, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, what with the buy box, but that's because I can still play with with the parameters and things.
Yeah,
I'd agree to. Yeah.
So with buy box, that's our kind of our numbers that were very rough, and we want to go below that because we want this to be very sellable. Buy box is not as mean as I am. I like to go way lower, because the whole point is we got to get a buyer to buy this, and so I want you to go lower than what buy box is saying, but we can also change the payment to the seller depending on what the seller wants. Okay. And the way we do that is through the amortization. And so you can draw out the amortization a full 30 years, the payment's going to go down. If you shorten it, it's going to go up. And we're going to balloon out anyhow in 7 years. So it doesn't really matter. We can really give them whatever they want.
So amortization is if my box is sitting on 18.
18 years. Okay. So what that is saying is, and what's the payment per month over on the?
He has zero. He has no mortgage.
No. What's the payment to him?
Oh, the payment to him would be $562.
562. So you want to go in and see if 400 is good for him. Okay. Because we want that payment to be low. We don't want to even mention interest yet, because what we can do is if he's like, well, I want some interest, well, we can then say, well, I'll tell you what, we can offer you a little bit more than your asking price. And the interest is figured in there, and we'll even increase our down payment to reflect 8% for the increase in the asking price. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, no, because the buy box is spitting offer price is when I see Richard talking about it, it's spit what offer price is 131.
Okay, right. And so that's the threshold you can go up to. So we don't want to start there, because he might be like, yeah, if you give me 117, I'm good. So we don't want to throw more money at him if we don't have to.
Got you.
So all those things, all those numbers are if we have to. We're going to increase to that. We're going to incentivize, because if you come in low to start off with, then you can kind of chat with them and see what their needs are. Because some people are just focused on, well, what do I get monthly? That's what matters. Okay, so if it's 562, what's the rent? Hopefully it's more than 1,300.
Yeah, it's actually like 1,200, maybe
Okay.
1,300. Yeah, because it's in a nice area, and the pictures was good. It was all. I don't know if you wanted me to DM you, but the pictures were nice.
Great.
So I would just want to. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what's your next step? What are you going to do?
I want to send them. I got a template already.
Okay.
That I got, and I kind of want to just say this is a rough offer. I just want to see what you know.
Nope. Never say it's a rough offer. This is your offer. You want to be specific, offer. Because right away you tell me that's a rough offer, then I know that's not the offer, right? So it's like him saying, "Well, I kind of want 117. I want 117, kinda." Oh, super! Now I know you don't want 117. You want kind of 117. Everything is definite. You want to be definite on all your numbers. Okay.
Okay. All right. I guess
I want you to call him. I don't want you to send it as an email, because we want to build up.
Yeah, I was talking to him. I'm gonna call him.
Yeah, I want you to offer it. I want you to offer it over the phone, because I want you to build that rapport with him. Okay, especially somebody who is selling by owner. He wants to trust the fact that you're gonna pay him what he's saying, and that you're a good guy, because people like to do business with people they like. Okay, and so you're going to build up that rapport. Okay. And so what I want you to find out is hey, if I were to come to you with a set of payments, what would that look like for you? Would you like, how much would you like a month? And see what he says. And so if he says, well, I'd like $1,200 a month, you say, well, your rents are $1,200 a month, so that doesn't really leave me any room to operate everything and make a profit. So that's when you come in and you say, I could give you $300 a month. And he'd be like, oh, that's not enough. And you see, you're doing some give and take the whole time, and try to get him to the numbers that you want to be at. Okay. Do you want to call him live so we can hear it?
He might not, because he wanted me to text him first, because I think he said he's a little sick, so he wanted. Then I had some breakfast cooking. I got another one also. So this is I guess I heard the process from the other gentleman earlier. How you explained it very well. He was asking the same questions I was asking, as far as once you get the deal, what to do with it, how the process goes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that was a key thing for me. But I just wanted to put a quick scenario out. Another deal I have, maybe. So this guy has, uh, he's another wholesale owner, but the property, the owners are out of town and they just want to get rid of it. It's like a 10-unit duplex. I think
Great.
it's like a 5% interest, though. That's the only thing. But it's still, when I calculated it, it's very profitable because the 10, I guess it need to be zoned because you can't have 10, so we make it a 4, like a 2-family, and then it has 2 studios. So rent like will be double. So it's like one of them, but it has some work in. It's like a lot of work that's like full rehab, but it has a equity in there. I just want to know what would be, I guess, how did that scenario sound with a 5% interest? And
I'm not
probably
loving it
like,
as a buyer. I would look for something else. So we've got to make that attractive to a buyer.
so
And
5%
so
is a threshold that's not really not
I'm not
attractive.
thrilled with it. Like that's the whole point of this. And what we're failing to do is we're failing to get screaming deals. You know what I mean? So if you see a car that it's a Mercedes and you know it's worth 20 grand and somebody's selling it for 5 grand, you're going to fall over yourself trying to find that 5 grand to go buy that Mercedes. You know what I mean? But if that $20,000 Mercedes is $19,500, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm saving $500, but it's not enough for me to kill myself to go get the money to buy it. So we want
Well,
to we
sure,
want
go
these
ahead.
deals to be insane. We want them to be crazy good.
It seemed like it was crazy to be good because the rent would be like it's like 1,500.
Is
You
the
double it
cash
up.
on cash about 35%?
What was that?
Is cash on cash about 35% with the
Yes,
duplex?
yes, it is. Yes, it's high. It was a high interest rate. Like, I mean, it's a double like 1,500 per family unit, 4-4. Then it has also 2 studios in the
Gotcha.
back
Okay,
of it that
so
could produce maybe 700-800. So it seemed like the mortgage, you're making cash flow. Even with the interest rate being at 5, it still seemed attractive just because
that's cool. Yeah,
it,
that's another factor that we like to see. If it's 35% cash on cash, then we're like, oh, okay. I don't mind paying a little bit more in interest because I know I'm going to make it up
okay.
with my monthlies. So
Right.
that's good.
Right. Yeah, you're definitely gonna, yeah, because it seemed like he told me the mortgage payment was only like, or the payment would be like 1,600, but
Okay,
that like 2 units and it's in a nice area where it's starting to get populated. He said like 1,500 per unit, and the 2 studios you probably just take one just to be safe. Like that's an extra 700 possibly, but it has definitely a lot of potential in cash flow. Would
yeah.
this be
And
a good
so
offer to pursue? Would this be a good something to pursue and try to just see where we can,
absolutely, yeah,
where we,
because then the interest rate doesn't matter as much because you've you're going to cash flow a ton of money.
okay, so I was, okay, so I thank you. I just wanted to know how I was doing as far as me
Yeah,
finding
you're
these
doing
deals.
good.
It seemed like I'm doing pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
sourcing them, and so I thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for your time, and I think that'd be all for me.
Okay, cool. Good job.
Mhm.
Okay, Frankie, what's going on? Uh-oh. Our audio's not there. Are you there? Frankie, can you guys hear him?
No,
Okay. Frankie. So, is your mic with your headset? So it is? Okay. And so go into your settings and hit voice and video. Tell me when you're on voice and video, just nod. And then at the top of voice and video, you'll be able to designate what audio source you're using. Do you see it? You're getting there. You're finding it. It's there.
What do you
Okay,
want?
so voice and video. right at the very top of voice and video. Let me double check, make sure I'm telling you the right thing. So voice and video, and then there's that drop down where it says input device and output device. Make sure those are your make sure that's your headphones. Okay, I'm gonna let you work on that, and I'm gonna go to T-Bold real quick and just you wave to me when you feel like you found it, okay? Okay, T-Bold, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. I think I'm finally getting this thing. You're 35%. I think I found a deal.
Oh, good.
After, a couple weeks of...
It's grind. It's a
I
grind.
don't want to say struggling, but it's that aha moment, like, oh, here it is.
Yep, exactly.
And and I found a few like this. This is the ones I ran the numbers, and then I kind of started going down that pigeonhole to say, all right, I know what I'm looking for. I know how to, I'm dialing this thing in.
Okay, cool.
So,
did you call the realtor?
Oh yeah. I've been talking to a lot of realtors.
Good. That's the key. You're going to find more deals through them than anywhere else.
Yeah. Sometimes we talk too long, but we're good. It's building that relationship.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how far to get into it as far as, hey, I'm an investor, I'm this or that, because actually I sold my house about a year ago and I'm looking for one as well.
That's perfect. That's the scenario they like the best because they love they love the retail buyer for sure.
So that's the angle I'm pursuing.
Okay.
Like, hey, I'm looking for myself, and it's kind of in my immediate area because I'm familiar with my immediate area, and I love real estate. 20 years ago, I had 3 houses that I flipped and a 5-unit rental that I sold all to buy where I'm at. And so now I'm just looking to get back into it. But I'm just a geek at looking at that stuff.
No, that's perfect.
I found a property. Your 35%, I think, just answered that question. They're asking $290. 3 years ago, they got a mortgage at 2.8%.
Hello.
FHA,
excellent.
and they only owe $252.
Okay, great.
So now coming in, I talked to her this morning. Coming in, do I lowball her and then try to take over that mortgage at the same time?
Yeah, for sure.
Is that a trust deal?
That would be, so that's a sub 2. So we'd put it into a trust and then we'd take over their mortgage.
All right.
And so what's the reason for selling?
So she's going to be moving out with her dad and get a ranch. Her dad needs a ranch.
Okay.
And I guess I can appreciate that too, because I have parents who need ranches. And it's a townhome and it has an HOA. Okay.
How much?
$62 a month, which isn't bad compared.
Not bad at all.
Okay. The other ones I looked at in these new subdivisions around me are like $238.
Oh yeah, they'll get bananas. Yeah, they totally do.
Gosh. For me, that's kind of crazy. But anyways, I'm in Northwest Indiana, so I'm close to Chicago.
Good.
And that's where 5 years ago, everyone from Chicago moved here. 20 years ago, I moved here from Chicago, so I understand.
Yeah, for sure.
So the area is hot. Rent on this thing, I guess, all in minus the taxes, that would be not homeowner exempt. I guess we can add 200, but all in right now, like if we take that over at asking, we're at $1,500 a month, $1,482, and it could rent out for $2,500. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms.
Perfect. You're doing great. This is perfect. What's your next step? What are you going to do?
So that's kind of what how do I close this? Do I come in at a low offer? It's been on the market for a really long time. So I don't want to offend.
Have you asked them why they think it's been on market for so long?
Yeah, she's like, well, things are a little slow now. And
good.
Yeah, she didn't have a good answer.
Okay, but she's blaming it on the market. She's like, she's
blaming it on the market.
and say, so when you come in with your low offer, say, I hate to do this. I talked to my lender. It's the best I can do because my lender said, they looked at the property. This is what they can lend on. Okay.
Okay.
And so now you're blaming it on this guy that we don't know.
I understand.
You and the homeowner become a team against that guy.
Right.
Okay. But you're also anchoring her at a low price. Every homeowner doesn't feel like their house is really worth that much because they know all the flaws in it. And you know it.
Yeah.
When you sold your house, you're like, oh, I hope we can get this. Oh, I hope we can get this. You put it up high though, right? You're like, oh, let's throw it up for 20 grand, 30 grand more than it's worth. And let's see what happens. So with knowing all that stuff, you drop it down pretty low. And then she's like, oh, geez, okay, I haven't gotten any offers. And this guy's coming in really low. But then you can pivot to like, hey, how about this? I was looking and you said you had a really good interest rate. And I would love to get that interest rate. And so now your focus is.
So how do I bring that in? So like
did she tell you what the interest rate is?
No, I prop streamed it.
Okay, so ask her. Just be like, hey, you bought that in 2021, and the interest was pretty low back then. What are you paying for interest?
So that's after I talk her down some. Like, hey, my lender.
Cash, yeah, you want to do a little cash offer to bring her expectations lower. That's the whole idea. And so then you come back around and you're like, well, there is value in your house that you might not know of, but when did you buy the house? And she'll say when, and you're like, what's your interest rate? She'll tell you the interest rate, and you'll be like, holy moly, I would love that interest rate. Now your focus is the interest rate, not the house. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to make that transition. And how do I transition it to her without telling her I already know all this?
Right. You just keep it going. No, you're because you're asking questions you know the answer to.
Yes,
and that's part of the rapport. That's part of building the rapport.
So if I get her down, I say I want to live there. Now I'm focused on the interest rate, and so I'm trying to separate the I want to live there to the investor part, which.
Don't worry about the investor part. You don't have to over-explain why you're buying a house.
Okay.
Focus on her interest rate and be like, hey, are you interested at all? If I give you like a down payment, could I take over your mortgage? And I'll take it over and you don't have to deal with it anymore. I love that mortgage. It would be perfect for me and my family. And what does she have in equity?
Not much. It's 37,000 between asking
and does she have a realtor?
Yeah, I talked to the realtor.
Okay, so the realtor is going to want a piece of that.
So are they going to typically, since I'm going through their realtor, are they want 3% or 6%? Or
they're going to want 6. Figure 6 all the time. Talk them down to 3, and the seller pays that. So you're not paying that. So that's what comes out of the down payment. Okay.
Okay. So
the seller pays that, and so that's another pain point for the seller. It's like, oh man, you're gonna have to pay your realtor this much. You know exactly how much, and say it's 6%, so it's a nice big number. It could be less, and if it's less, then that's money you can pay her as part of the down payment.
Well, that's it. I'm talking to the realtor. I haven't talked to the homeowner.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So tell the realtor you want to make sure she gets her commission, and so we've got to figure out a way to you're going to provide paying the commission through the down payment to the realtor, so the realtor feels good. She's like, okay, great, at least I'm getting paid. You're going to talk her down to the 3% and maybe lower once you see the numbers and say, well, this seller's not going to get very much money. Do you feel good that you're making more money than she is? Let's make it fair for everybody and be win-win-win. And then go for your numbers there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's what I'm going to shoot for. And I got another one that was an all right deal, at a 2.7% interest rate. They owe $230, but they're asking $290.
Yeah, you know where the threshold is around. You can drop them down. Just like when you sold your house, you didn't put it up for exactly what you thought it should sell for, right?
Yeah, but I got it because I sold at the height of the market.
Well, don't tell me that. I did the same thing. I put mine up during COVID for $1 million more than it should have been, and we got
Oh
it.
my gosh.
And I'm like, and then we're like, crap, we got to move. And it was just me and my wife, and we had to move a huge house of worth of 15 years of crap. So yeah, you never know.
I had no farmhouse that I was worried about inspections, and they weren't inspecting at the time. And I said, "This is our time to get out," because they had subdivided all around us, and all the new people who came in. I watched 300 houses being built around me, and all the new people had kids. All the kids had 4-wheelers. Now they're in my yard, and get out. This is not what I signed up for.
My lawn.
Yeah. So it was
awesome.
that situation. But anyways,
good. So know that use all those feelings you had when you were selling yours in this situation with this seller too, with the realtor too. So you got that insight, which a lot of people haven't sold a home, so they don't know what it's like. So that's good.
And I'm just trying to bridge that gap between me telling her I'm interested in, but I also said, this is going to be a layover because in a year or two we want to move, and I want to make sure it can be rented. So Perfect. The HOA is rentable, but I'm just trying to bridge that gap between not sound like too much of an investor and go back to like what
you don't have to sound like anything. Don't worry about that part. Really, it's she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Nobody cares about your credibility in that situation because you're doing a retail purchase, which is that's the best thing you can do.
Want to do. They don't care. They're not looking that deep into it.
Nope.
Okay. Yep. Good call.
Keep it simple.
Hey, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, bud. Take it easy.
All right.
Okay, Frankie, did you figure out your microphone? Frankie, testing. Frankie, nope. No love. Oh, you can hear me. So your output is going through your headphones, but is your input going through your headphones? Okay, maybe restart then. Restart Discord and I'll bring you back up. Okay? All right. All right, Ashley. You got a little change of venue here.
Yeah, I got sick and there's no power at my house for the past 4 days.
Oh,
and they're talking about not turning the power on until Sunday because of the fires.
Oh, where are you? But you're way out, Sam. No, the fires aren't out there.
Yeah, every time it's windy, they turn off the power because you can sue the power company.
Gotcha.
So, and then I was sick, so I was like, I'm just gonna rest. But now I'm like, I'm over this, so I went to my parents' house so I can at least talk to you because I'm making some phone calls when I'm feeling good, not going crazy. I've made about talked to 20 realtors since last time we really talked.
Oh my gosh.
So, and I have some more questions about just kind of crunching the numbers. So, I found 3 identical duplexes in Texas, and he's willing to sell them all. And I'm like, okay, maybe we can get something cheaper because of like a bulk buy.
Yep, I love that.
But so finding the cash, the ARV times 0.7 minus rehab and assignment fee. So I think I figured out, right?
Do me a favor and do 0.6. 0.7, I everybody says to do 0.7, but again, you know me. Yeah. We want deals. We want deals so we can sell them.
Okay, so also I'm on Zillow and I'm trying to find ARV and there's nothing in Texas. Does Texas have a law that they don't show?
Non-disclosure.
So what do I do?
It's one of those things where you're not going to be able to know exactly what it is, so you got to kind of guesstimate.
There's not another website or any suggestion like that?
Well, Texas doesn't allow it. So
you can't find it anywhere.
Non-disclosure meaning that they don't disclose what people paid for things. So I don't know if there's any other tricks, but what I do is I go to Zillow, and that second map that you roll down on kind of shows you the area, and it's the Zestimates. So it's Zillow's estimates. Hey, Andrew, can you mute your mic? And guys, when you're hanging tight, just mute your mics.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's a way to do it. Is then you get a kind of an idea.
Good. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's a good tip. Okay, so I've got that. Now I want to offer cash first. And is there the creative oven is for seller finance and things like that. Is that also work for cash? How do I find the percentage?
There's a drop-down menu.
There is, and it's seller finance, hybrid, or sub 2.
Yeah. So cash, what's...
Do you know what I mean? How do I find that percentage?
I don't do a ton of cash. So let me, okay, in the chats, guys, which creative calculator do you use for cash?
Yeah.
Let's see what they say. Let's see. I do cash. What's the question? Patty or Pat?
How do you find the percentage? Because like I'm putting the numbers into seller finance and that's different. So how do I crunch the numbers?
I'm bringing them up. Hey, Patrick. What calculator are you using for what calculator are you using for cash deals?
Oops, there we go. Okay, I missed the question because I was doing something. What was the
no problem. We're just trying to figure out the creative calculator for cash deals.
I don't understand that statement. A creative calculator for a cash deal.
Yeah, what calculator do you use for cash deals?
Same formula, honestly. You look at the market anywhere from 6.5 to 8, depending on supply. I know that's a little bit deeper of a conversation when you get into ARVs, but depending on supply, 6.5 to 0.8 of ARV minus repairs, and then your assignment fee.
Right, but I want to figure out what the cash on cash is.
I don't know what you mean by cash on cash for a cash deal. You're making a cash offer and then offering that contract to a buyer for a margin.
Right, so I understand the price I offer to buy the property, but to sell that property to someone else, I need to know how much the cash on cash return is for the buyer.
That's not a cash on cash return. That's just an assignment fee. So hypothetically, they want $100,000 for the property,
right?
Right, but she's asking, like, when she tries to sell it, she wants to show that it rents for this much, and it's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just have to work that into your negotiations with your cash offer. You have to negotiate your margin for your assignment fee.
That makes sense now. Ashley, what the deal is? They paid cash. They don't have a monthly payment, so they don't care about cash on cash.
Oh,
like if I offer a seller $50,000 for their house, I then go to the end buyer and I say, "Hey, would you buy this for $55,000?"
Yeah, and then you can say that it rents for $1,500 a month. They can decide what their cap rate is. That's what they're worried about. The capitalization rate at the end of the year, where they're like, "Oh, okay, I put $50,000 into this, and I'm pulling out. I'm making through the rents. $1,000 a month. Therefore, I'm making $12,000 a year."
You just have to justify them being able to buy the price that you're selling it for. Yeah, I think you're overcomplicating it a lot.
Yeah, I am too. So yeah, it's totally.
I do cash all day. That's all I do is do cash offers and buy cash properties. I just bought a mobile home park 10 minutes, or not a park. I just bought a mobile home 10 minutes ago.
So so I didn't text Mike. Who's echoey? That's really throwing me off. Sorry, I'm sensitive to noise.
Hey, who else has their mic open? Hold on, let me see. Guys, close your mics off if you can. Can you mute?
It was Patty.
There we go.
Okay, so I asked Mikey I sent him these, and he said, "Did he run the numbers yet?" So what does that mean by running the numbers? Like not just finding the cash?
That's where you're trying to find comps. The 3 comps is what you're trying to do, because you're trying to figure out how the value of your property compared to the other ones in the neighborhood.
Okay.
Ashley, do you understand how to comp properties and get ARV for creative deals?
Yes, but the Texas, it just doesn't show.
Same exact thing. Find properties that are the same type, same layout, same floor plans, bedroom, bathroom, square footage.
She's having a rough time. It's Texas, Patrick.
Okay.
So it's a non-disclosure. He's having a hard time.
Cheat code you can do for the. Sorry for the dogs. A cheat code you can do for that if you don't have somebody that has MLS access is if you look on Zillow, you can just assume the price it went pending for is the price it sold for. Somewhere, I mean, it's not going to be like $80,000 off. If it went pending at $250,000 and it's a property in good condition, it most likely sold for around that. I mean, like how Trent looks at the neighborhood maps, you can get a general idea of what a neighborhood is selling for.
Okay.
Clear as mud.
So
yeah,
instead of
I'm
worrying
willing to help you
about
with anything that to do with a cash deal. If you want to get in a hangout or share the address with me on Zoom or whatever, I'll show you how I comp deals, how I make cash offers, everything.
all right, let's do that. So what it is there's 3 identical duplexes in Texas. So there's 6 2-bedroom, 1 bath going for $800 to $950 each. So it just feels like there's something there. So
It is. What's the price tag on them?
183, but he said he's open
on
to
all
selling
three?
183.
For all 3 of them?
No,
Oh, per.
Each.
per. But
Okay.
he said he's willing to take a discount if I buy all 3 of them. So I said, will you take a discount? And he said yes. And I said, will you do seller finance? And he said yes.
Does it need work?
He said no. He says he sounds like a bare bones landlord. He makes them pay for everything. I don't even think there's a washer and dryer in some of them. He's like, there's nothing structure, no roof, no nothing. I think if you want to be a cheap landlord, you can just paint it. It doesn't look. It's in an area with 70 different duplexes. So what it is it's a small town outside of a great school district, and the parents just want that school district. So it's just like streets of duplexes.
Okay.
So 2 of them are on the same street, and one of them is
Just let's not overthink it. Let's just lowball them and see what happens. So he's
Okay.
asking what?
183 for one of them.
Okay, so let's offer 140 per. Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The big thing with making a cash offer for investors on like duplexes and stuff is if it meets the 1% rule. The rents were how much you said?
800 and 950.
Per.
So 800 on one side, 950 on the other side.
So there's 2, so 16 minimum.
1650. So you'd have to get it for less than 165 to meet the 1% rule.
Right.
Oh wow, it's almost like I said 140, Patrick. Jeez Louise.
It's his rule. Question the master.
I'm kidding you, Patrick.
I mean, I would offer him something like 130 a piece for all 3.
Oh, just because you want to be 10 below what I said. Okay.
It sounds. What's his motivation? How tired of them is he?
Yeah, he's got a ton of other ones, and he's ready to get other things.
I'm always a fan of going way low.
Motivation, and remind them of motivation. Remind them why they want to sell this shit.
You want me to call him right now?
Stuff. Yep. Patty, your mouth. All right, Ashley's doing it.
Hold on, I need to take a deep breath.
Okay, and your noise suppression's off?
Yes, I didn't change my settings since last time. Okay. So this guy, at first he sounded pretty strict, but I kind of like.
Okay. You're gonna win him over.
We warmed him up a little bit.
Put your personality into it, Ashley. You're a likable person, so make sure that's the main thing.
Did I forget his name? Freaking step 1. I don't think I did.
I love your notes. You got like 700 pages of
notes.
notes.
You don't even know. Next time you see me.
You showed me. I'm like, you are insane.
No.
Have you heard of a computer?
This is no, because my computer's for the things. I can't like go back and forth. I have to be looking at the property and talking to you and okay. No, I'm gonna get a 3-ring binder and categorize it into everything. So there's gonna be another layer.
Right on. Welcome to the 1980s. 3-ring binder.
The 80s was great. You could afford a house. There was health insurance. Take me. I'm fine. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna offer $130 each cash. 10-day inspection period. 30-day. What's the other one?
Closing in 30 days.
30-day close. 10 days.
I wouldn't offer an individual. I would actually offer like $400 for everything.
That's what
That's that's going to be and that will be that's your pivot.
Okay,
Like it's
so
140
that's what I
each.
was thinking too.
But if I'll take
I would-
all of them, I'll do it for 400.
Skip to 130 for each of them. Just say, hey, I'll start. I'm going to start in at like 395, 400, and see what he thinks. And
Okay,
then pivot from there.
So we're thinking 130 each.
It's 390.
It is 390.
Yeah,
or
400
so do
for all.
I say 390 for all of them, or do I say 400 for all of them?
4.
I would start at 4 and just say, hey, I'm thinking of 400 for everything. We'll take it off your hands and then let them talk.
Yeah. See, this is why I talk to you guys. You guys, all of our brains together. It's good.
400 sounds a lot
If
better
he
than
asked you about earnest
130.
money,
Hey, 130.
if he asked you about earnest money, say it's due after the inspection period.
Thank you. Anything else? Earnest after inspection.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Okay, Trent told me to stop talking and breathe. Even though I'm excited. Okay, here we go.
Good.
Please leave your message for 90.
He called me back.
Okay.
Time.
You want to hang tight and wait for him to call you back, or
Give him
bug him?
second. I don't know. What do you think?
Double call.
Double
I always call right back,
All right.
but it's up to you for sure.
I'll double call.
And you can apologize, say that you didn't think it went through if he complains.
Please leave your message.
Okay. What if he says yes?
Okay. Yeah.
If he's the seller, do I come up when it's a seller? How does I come up with a contract?
Yeah, it depends. We can do the contract, no problem. So sometimes they say we want to use our contract, state approved contract or whatever.
Okay.
So text him and I'll leave you up and then wave to us if he calls you.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay, let's go to Frankie. Did it ever work? Let's see if Frankie worked. He's spinning, so I'm going to think no. John, what's going on? You just chilling, or are you with us?
I mean, I was with you, but I kept taking call. I kept trying to make calls while I was waiting. Actually, I had a deal that I wanted to run for another student.
Okay.
Let's see. They're offering 150 market. It cash flows on Zillow 2,200 a month for the whole unit. They said 1,000 a month to the current tenants, and they're through May. But they speak Spanish, and so they're having some trouble with talking to the tenants. There's nothing that needs to be repaired about the unit at all. It's turnkey. The seller is an investor, and they own it and they just want to get rid of it. To make this attractive to a buyer, to get it as a contract that's appealing, right? You want to have it be a deal. It's at 150 is the market price. It cash flows at cost, but it's been on the market for 190 days.
Good.
Why?
Let's drop that price. We never know.
We had some people that are interested, but nobody bought it. I'm like, so why didn't anybody buy it? It cash flows at like 33%.
Well, no, okay.
Price.
Did you say that to them?
No.
Okay,
sorry.
good.
No. I didn't talk to them at all.
I'm like, don't say that. Okay, good.
Take it easy, calm down. And so the thing is, like, how do we structure this deal? Because if we get them at market value, it's not appealing us as a set of terms, or it's below market at a cash value, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So offer the lowball cash of say like 130, 135.
Even lower.
Even lower? What are you thinking? If it's on market for 150.
150, yeah. So go down to 120, like 115, and blame it on anything that you could possibly see that needs to be repaired. Okay, if they ask. If they don't ask, then don't blame it on anything.
There's a linoleum in the entire apartment,
Well,
including
that's
the
one
bed.
reason right there. That's crap. No, I'm kidding. It's no big deal. You're not used to that, but renters are. So it's very durable.
This is in Indiana.
Okay.
Fort Wayne. So they had a price cut on December for 10K, 190 days. It rents out 2,000. It's 6'2", so 231 units, top and bottom.
Okay.
Don't know why it hasn't sold. It's like, this is a cash good offer. I ran the numbers on it.
Have you asked them?
They just said it's bad market.
Good, perfect, okay.
And so they're gonna get some, confirmation. I ran the numbers and I did 10% down at 165, and I got 165 on a set of $825 a month payment. It's a 30% cash on cash.
Oh, I love it. Okay,
but
good.
If we go down to say 120, which is not what we really want to set of terms. If we do 120 with a 12,000 down payment, we get a cash on cash return of 60%.
Okay, so that's what
it's an insane deal no matter what you do.
These are the ones that sell. That's why we want to do it. So even at your seller financing, don't start with asking price. Don't incentivize yet. You don't need to.
So low ball and then asking market.
Yeah, I said, well, the way we could get to your market price is maybe through a set of payments. What do you think of that? And they're like, oh, I don't want to do a set of payments. And it's like, well, let me think about it. How about if we give you 10 grand more, incrementally bring
the whole price, and then we give you a set of payments. So, but start with a low ball.
Yep, 100%. The reason you're doing the low ball is you want to bring their expectations way down.
Yeah, and then here's the nice thing we can do, because I really don't know why I would have bought this. Like, the mortgage for it is $900 a month. Chris, what?
Is that Cross? Hey, turn off your mics, guys.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Turn off your mic, please. You're bleeding into it. There we go.
So this is for the max. So I was helping her with this property. I will.
Sweet, okay.
Yeah, she's running errands right now. So I will tell her basically to start at a lowball offer of 115, just because that's what we can do for a cash purchase. And then they'll be rejecting it. And is it okay to have that same rebound in the same conversation, or do you want to wait for a secondary call?
No, I think you can. You fill it out and just say, well, you know what? It could be a situation where you know what? Let me go work out something. I've got an idea, and call back in a half hour.
Leave them a little bit hanging, a little bit excitement and enticement. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to do that when we get back.
Good.
No, it's going.
Are you having her call?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's on the deal. I'm just helping her. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just helping coach her. I have a thing for helping out.
Really nice of you.
Yeah, I have a thing for helping out moms and being nice to people that need extra help.
Okay, guys. So if you ever need help at all, or you want to call John in the middle of the night, I'll put his phone number in the.
Do not call me. I go to bed at 9 p.m. I'm an old man. Okay, I like going to bed at 9 and waking up at 5 in the morning. Okay.
Okay, so we'll put your phone number as 9 o'clock. I'll put that in the chat.
Jeez, I appreciate that little bit of detail. I like that. Oh my gosh, the sun came out. It's burning my eyes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
cool. Well, if she comes back during my live, let's get her on. I want to hear her make that.
I'm right now. I'm just going through rental portfolios, and I found a few good deals, like the one I texted you guys about last night. I'm going to put on that one, and then I have another pro forma from Cincinnati, Ohio. That is a weird thing I found out about. They have a tax abatement incentive of 10 or 15 years, and so there's a portfolio of 6 units that cash flows at 124 a year. And it's 1.5. They just lower the price by 250.
Okay.
So it's 1.5 mil, and it cash flows 124. However, there's a $400,000 a year tax abatement for 10 years. It is beautiful. And I'm like, I want that pro forma. They're showing it to another investor today, so I don't know if we'll get a chance to catch it. But I focused on building the relationship with the realtor to be like, hey, if you find anything And the nice thing about this is
What
I'm
state
trying
is
to
that?
do commercial instead.
What state?
Cincinnati, Ohio. I can send you the deal.
Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't know about that tax abatement.
It's only in the city center of Cincinnati.
Gotcha.
Only the
Okay.
central actual city limits for any renovation or new build. And this company I just talked to did specifically what they do is historic renovations. So they keep the exterior standard and then they renovate the interior.
Oh, cool. Sick. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But
Yeah, we just put in
1.5 mil is
I'd
beautiful.
love to find that because we just put in an offer for a $15 million 50 unit like beautiful apartment complex. And so I was wondering, I wonder if anything like that is there. So I'd love to look
into it. Ohio?
No, it's in Utah. So
I'm trying to get the pro forma for the one last night. What I'm trying to get is the 22 unit in Portland for 5.9, but 5.7, but 2.5 of it is an existing loan. And so then that loan we can transfer over through the bank. Bank's willing to do that. No problem. Okay. And the seller knows the guy at the bank. And then they would need another 2.2 cash purchase for the other part. So you'd have to find a buyer that would be willing to mortgage the other 2.2.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
So I'll wait for Mikey to reach out to me on that one and try to run those numbers once I get them.
Yeah, the 2.2 is. I'm just wondering if a DSCR would come in, but I think there's a.
Would there be a DSCR for that volume?
What's that?
Do DSCRs go that large for that?
Well, that's what I think. There's a cap at 2, maybe 3 million, but they might do it for the 2.2. So yeah, we'll look into it.
Okay, cool.
If Grant is in here, Grant does the DSCR loans. So, but there he is, and he's already talking.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you on the side.
Shutting us up. So that is commercial. What's the? He's coming up.
Hey,
what's the limit, Grant?
Yeah, DSCR is really a 1 to 4 unit property. Anything above a 4 is considered commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
The cash flow is the same premise, but it's just the definition of a commercial versus a single family deal.
And so, can you still qualify for a commercial with just cash flow?
Oh yeah, it's how you qualify anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's really the DSCR. It's kind of a new hip and trendy thing. It's only been really active and running for the last couple of years, but its design was specifically to take a commercial loan and put it on a single family, what's considered a single family, a 1 to 4 unit property.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the caveat. So yeah.
Grant's always got the answers. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's.
I don't always have the answers, but that is my wheelhouse. I do understand that stuff.
Well, you sure fake it, so it's great. We appreciate it.
I need to get a new camera.
No, I like looking at your.
You like to get my fingers
further. Just tilt it back further. That's all I have to do.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Okay, Ashley, did you get a call back yet?
What's that?
I was hoping Ash's call came back.
No,
I'll let you know.
She'll wave to us. She's a big waver. Okay, let's go to Swift Reaper. Swift Reaper, what's going on, buddy?
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's happening?
Right on. I got my headphones today. Not too much. So, I'm hearing throughout the Discord that we don't touch any foreclosures whatsoever. Is that correct?
Pre-foreclosures, yes. Foreclosure, the bank is going to own it, so they're not very nice.
Okay.
The bank usually doesn't have any pain points. I would love to figure out a way to get. I mean, if you have any personal relationship with any bankers, they'll give you access to those foreclosures, and then you can chat with them. But we don't do them just because you have to find that. You have to find that relationship with a banker.
Yeah, okay. So I was fortunate enough yesterday that one of the places I called to try and make an offer, turns out the realtor, she exclusively works with this bank, and she was going through everything with me here, and she's basically outlined how to get the foreclosures for me in a nutshell.
Great.
And
awesome.
Which is it kind of broke my brain. But then I'm going through Discord and everyone's saying, no, don't touch, don't go near it. Don't
that's the
offer.
caveat. You figured out the caveat, and that's the important thing.
So yeah, her name's Susan Eiler, and she's been working with this bank exclusively for 17 years, and literally that's all she does. And so we got talking for about 45 minutes last night, and she's like, so here's the deal. If you want any of these foreclosures that I got through this bank, she's like, I got 100. And they're just waiting. And she's just like, so she said, if you can convince them, one, through a letter of intent of what you plan on doing with the property, getting that together, what you want to buy it for, your reasons for it, what you plan on doing to it, you have a good chance that they might look at your offer. And then the other thing is, at the end of the day, the truth is, whoever holds out the longest making offers is the one that will get the property. Like, these are your two factors if you're going to go after any of these properties that are in foreclosures. And I'm like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Because right away, she's like, these are perfect fix and flips for everything you want to do. I guarantee it. You can go ahead, jump in here.
Let's JV, you and I on those. I would love to JV with I'll do all the legwork, and I've got a whole team that we can do all that. No problem.
Okay. Now, I had the chance to talk to another realtor last night, Linda. I was bothering her through dinner. I didn't realize she didn't mention that, but she answered the phone, and she's like, the one property I called about is completely sold. I have others. If you send me an email and tell me exactly what you're looking for, I'll send you everything along those parameters to you the next day or within the freaking 24 hours of getting that email from you.
Perfect.
And so I don't know how to write that email.
Let's do it. No, we'll help you out. I've got a whole team. That's what we do. So we can fashion all that stuff and work together. Okay. See, I knew there was something with you. I knew you were finding the golden goose. That's awesome.
Well, that's just it. Because the one house I called, she's like, the first 30 days is up on the 26th. So she's like, get your letter of intent and your offer in by the 25th, at least the day before. They'll look at it. They might even reject it. But if every 30 days after that you put in an offer, whoever's at the end of that, after whatever time the bank is like, fuck, we're not selling this, pardon my language, I apologize. At the end of it, the bank is like, we need to get rid of this. They'll just accept your offer, whoever's the last in line, is what it's looking like, is what she's saying.
Great.
That's that one lady.
I love it. The fact that she already knows the process and everything is huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
The key is, and she's like, the key is compensating her too. We've got to make sure she understands. Like, we'll work things out that she gets compensated. That keeps her on your side, and that keeps her funneling the deals.
Absolutely. So that said, I have yet to hear back from Nicole. I actually made a business email this morning. Trust Investments Tyler at gmail.com, whatever, to send over to her so she can go ahead and send me all the info on those 4 properties, as well as I'm talking to her partner realtor that she's partnered with, and I'm trying to figure out which one of the two between Nicole and Squire are actually the main realtor for the projects, or the 5 properties, and the other 60 that they have sitting and holding. So right there, I'll get back to them sometime this afternoon. I mentioned to Squire that I potentially have a lender coming back to me this afternoon for all 5. But I need to know who the main realtor is and who to talk to and kind of send this deal to. So that's where I am.
From where you have come to where you are right now is insanity. Like, it's so great. And this is like a week and a half. You totally got it, and you're grasping it, and you're figuring out the nuances is what you've totally nailed. So it's awesome. Well done.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's been, I don't know. I last Sunday's literally when I said, okay, I've been sitting on this for like a month. I haven't looked at anything. And then last Sunday, I spent 2 hours, watch a couple videos, and I'm like, okay, we'll do this. We'll just make calls. We'll call people. We'll get rejected, whatever. I don't care about getting rejected, because at the end of the day, it's a number of ratios, right? Like, hey, I know that if I talk to 10 girls, one girl's going to go ahead and say yes to a date. So it's just, hey, what are my ratios? Okay, cool. If it's 1 in 100, I make 100 calls. I know I'm going to get a yes. I'm going to get a deal sold, so I got to do it. I just say like, okay, cool. Thank you very much for your time. Move on. This is number 99. Cool. I got 2 more, and then I get my yes, and then I'm boom. I got my deal. I'm done. And that's how I'm looking at this right now. But when it comes to rapport, I don't understand why I'm getting so much info from all these realtors. I don't know how. I really don't. I'm just talking to them, asking them what's going on, how the list price is happening. And when it came to the other lady, Linda, she's just like, I got other properties, but I don't know how you feel about that. I'd be like, look, we just closed 4 deals at 200K. We're getting that all signed by the end of the week. So I need another 40 properties for the whole year. So if you got something that might work in that range for me, I can send you what I'm looking for, and we can go ahead and take a look at everything you got and get some deals closed. And she was like, okay, here's my email. Send it to me. I'll get stuff out to you. I know I'm bullshitting at that part of my language, but I'm being honest, be like, hey, look, I want to get 40 houses sold this year. I want to get them fixed and flipped. I want to get them done. So I'm putting the pressure on, I think, in the right way. But yeah.
Well, I think you're putting the pressure on yourself too, which is awesome. You're grinding, and it's awesome. Those phone calls are everything. And so, I mean, the difference between focusing on the numbers and making the phone calls is night and day, because so many people are focusing on the numbers, and the numbers aren't going to call you back. The numbers aren't going to have pocket listings. The numbers aren't going to, it's the realtors, and you're building a rapport with those guys. And so that's huge. You're doing great.
Well, yeah, that's just it. Like I noticed, like I do only do the cash fix and flips right now, but like I'm looking at it, it's like it takes 5 minutes. Cool. I can spend 5 minutes, look at the property, find the ARV, get a rough offer. You're like, okay, I got to drop this by 30% if I'm going to actually make any money off this, because who knows what might come up that I don't know about. And
when it's keeping it simple is everything. The fact that you're keeping it simple, and that's what I'm trying to teach everybody, is like, look at a property, find it fast, and call it, and just be like, okay, this is a 1%. This is awesome. It's 1% is the rent for the purchase price. This is worth calling, and then just call.
Absolutely. So
good.
That's
You're
just
doing great
there. I'm going to be doing a little more harder work come this weekend because I'll have the 2 days off, I think. But I got to get to work. I just wanted to give you a firm update on that, because
awesome.
This might just be a really good opportunity in getting into these foreclosures.
I want to know more about it. I'm at my desk all day tomorrow, so you can text me. You've got my number. I'd love to know more about the bank stuff, because that's the dream.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thank you very much.
Hey, Trent.
Hey, what?
Trent, are those pre-foreclosures? I have a contact with pre-foreclosures. Are those just cash deals?
Not always. Like the one I did in Texas just now with the those 3 houses I told you about, that was sub 2.
Sub 2. Okay, perfect. There's great interest rates on a couple of these pre-foreclosures she gave me. So, all right, girl. Thank you.
Go. Pre-foreclosure is great. We love that because we know what their motivation is. And usually, and the last 2 I've done have happened on the day of. And so you have to have a big chunk of cash ready to go. But it usually happens day of foreclosure is when it all happens. But yeah, what's up, Patrick? Yes, sir.
I don't want to step on anybody, but I got to move on to the next part of my day. I'm disabled, so I've got like a little routine I got to keep without going into too much detail.
What's your disability?
I'm paralyzed from the chest down.
Are you really? I would have totally thought it was a mental disability. Look at you. How'd that happen?
I was in a work accident 13 years ago. I was electrocuted by 240,000 volts and I fell 40 feet.
Oh, geez. Like insult to injury. The electrocution's enough. Like, and you're going to fall.
I survived the zap. The fall freaking got me.
Yeah, it did. Oh really? The zap, you were okay. You're like, okay. Shoot.
Well, no, I wasn't okay. It blew you can't see in the camera, but it blew my hands completely apart. Like you can see all these crazy scars around my palms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my hands were blown apart to the bone. I've got big old holes in my legs from where they
it went through his legs. It was a hand and it shot his shoes off.
That's exactly what happened. It went in my hands and it came out my legs where I was on the ladder.
Holy crap! Unbelievable. Well, you're killing it. That's awesome. Okay, sorry.
I'm a savage, brother.
I like that you pulled the disability card so you could get ahead in line. We see what you're doing.
So I do cash deals for an investor who does direct to seller marketing. So I'm about to make a direct to seller call, and I just kind of wanted to come up and show how I gear my conversations based on motivation instead of price.
Let's do it. Let's see it.
All right, cool. So for your answers. Can you hear that?
No, is your noise suppression off?
I'll turn it off. No, it's off.
Yeah,
hear me? Hear me?
All right, we're gonna double dial it real quick.
Okay.
Hey, and these hangouts are great, Trent. I really appreciate these. It's kind of like got me reinvigorated to get my morning going and make calls, like, because I talk to people all day, but to make outbound calls is another beast.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
Hey, is this Vicky? Hey, Vicky, this is Patrick from Anthony Buys Houses KC.
Can I call you back in about 40 minutes?
Absolutely.
I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vicky. Be safe. All right, she's with the doctor.
Okay. No problem. We'll just wave to us when she comes back up if you're still around.
Yeah, I'll try to hop back on.
Okay, later. Okay, Alan, what's up?
Yo, what's up? Just a quick, easy question, I hope. Buy box cartel question. I'm putting in properties here. For creative, it's coming up with different offers for each one, but when I do a cash offer, doesn't matter the price of the house, it's spitting out 300,000, and like some of the houses, this one, for example, 714,000 asking
from
price.
what I've heard, buy box is screwed up cash wise.
Yeah. Okay.
So bail. It's not you.
All
Don't you
right.
hate that when you find out
I'm
that
like
it's
300,000? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely. It's
All
not
right.
you. It's buy box.
Okay. All right.
So that was an easy answer.
Yeah. That's
But again,
pretty much.
yeah, the best thing with cash, I mean, you can do it in your brain and just like find ARV. I mean, find other comps in the area, and then just lowball the crap out of them. That's the beauty of cash. Is it really is lowball, see what happens. It's
I'd really like to get them creative because they're free and clear. And it's a duplex with a approval for ADU in the back.
Oh, good.
I mean, location, everything is just prime. So, all right.
Okay.
I'll get back at it.
All right, kill it.
See everybody.
And GB13, you're up.
Trent, what's up, brother?
How are you?
Doing well. Hey, I just DM'd you a listing I'm trying to make an offer on in like the next 5 minutes because I'm trying to beat a short sale.
Yeah, love it.
Would you take a look at it for me? I put it into Buy Box and the Creative Oven.
Okay.
I just kind of want to make sure my numbers are right before I get on this call.
Yeah, it looks good. I like your down payment.
So if you look at the property and PropStream, like they're not going to make any money on it. That's why it was going to short sale. They actually were
right.
The only person who was making money was the agent. So I'm trying to put a little bit of money in their pocket to take over the loan. But
you've got the monthly payment at 0.
Where are you looking at?
Wait, are you trying to do seller financing or cash?
This is no. This is a sub 2.
Sub 2. Sorry. What is the monthly payment?
The month. I'll just pull it up on PropStream. It is 1688.60.
Sorry, I was up on seller finance in my brain. And then your cash on cash is terrible.
Yeah, but I heard that doesn't really matter, or it doesn't have to matter with.
If it's pristine, is it beautiful?
Yeah, you should check it out. Check out the listing. I put it in your DM as well.
Okay, yeah. If it's beautiful, then that's when we can get away with it.
And the rent is very. I put in a lower rent than it can get. I live in Seattle, so I know the rents around here. It's a 5-bedroom. It would easily pull in for 4,200.
Oh, good. Okay. Wait, so it's Seattle, not Ohio, right? Oh, I see it down here.
Oh yeah,
Got it.
bottom. It's the last one I sent. Yeah.
It's in Washington.
Yep, it's Tacoma, so it's in King County.
Okay.
I live in Seattle, up north of it, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty familiar with the area. Great rate, 2.96.
Oh, great.
FHA, like I said, it's a probate.
Okay,
so
yeah. It's already been flipped, so that's good.
Yeah.
So it is pristine inside, no need for anything. Great. Oh, and they upgraded appliances, everything. Yeah, you're good. Okay. So you're cash on cash.
Yeah,
How
it's
can we
always
get
weird.
that up?
I don't know. It's always weird when I put it into buy box. I always get confused when I try to like put it over into the creative oven. Like I don't have them. I'm not going over with my initial offer. I'm just going at listing because they were going to not make money anyways.
Okay.
And then I was just going to put some money in their pocket and make sure I pay, closing in.
If they're not going to make anything, you don't I think your down payment might be too high.
Well, okay,
you know what I'm saying? Because in these situations, I just take over their loan.
Well, that's what I was going to do. I was going to take over the loan. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. So I I did start lower for sure.
That'll save you 30 grand. How much do they have in equity?
Let me pull it up again. 92%. I mean, they only got 31,000 in right now.
You've got 8% equity.
Yep.
Yeah, so I just offer them nothing.
So, okay.
Yeah, just tell them you'll come in and take what you're doing is you're getting rid of their headache. You're getting rid of, what are they paying a month? $1,600.
$1,688.
You're saving them. Yeah, you're saving them from paying that next month.
Okay, so I'll just take it at where they're at, which is the 372, and then just put like what should I offer them?
Like get rid of that down payment and see what it does to your cash on cash.
At the 380 asking, or I should put in what they have left on their loan.
What they have left on their loan.
Yeah, 372. 372.
Yeah, you were being generous.
Well, I always think the buy box is being generous.
It is. Don't go with buy box because we need them to be ridiculous deals. Buy box gives you like just normal stuff.
It gives you Richard offerings, which are like way over.
Well, and Richard can make that work somehow, and I honestly don't understand how it works in the end. A lot of them don't sell.
Yeah, totally. It didn't really change it here. I'll just give you another screenshot real quick.
Oh, it didn't change it?
I don't see. I always get confused with this creative oven, man.
Okay, let's look at it and we'll find it. Oh yeah, it did. Oh wait, no,
I haven't seen it yet.
That was an old screenshot. I'm like, that's great. Oh,
yeah. Let's see. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, 7.2, 702, 372. Yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't. The cash on cash isn't huge. What does it rent for?
I put it in conservative at $2,750, and that's. I mean, it said max $2,900 on the rent, but I live in the area, and a 5-bedroom wouldn't. I've never seen a 5-bedroom in King County go for under $4,000.
Okay, good. I think you're good. I think you're fine here. So you can take it over.
So just take over the mortgage, and then offer them no money.
Right.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have to talk to the realtor and say, come on, they're losing this house. Does it really further that you're gonna walk with what, $19,000? What would it be? 300,000 times 6?
They would have walked with nothing. Or yeah,
18,000.
They had it listed at 380 and they owe 372.
Right. So what I'm saying is the realtor's 6% is about $18,000, right?
Yeah.
So, like, that's when I try to get human with the realtor and say, hey, how about I'll give you $1,000 if we can do this deal and I can just take over the loan, because otherwise they're going to get $18,000 from the seller.
Yeah, I mean, so we're having to pay them 6, not the 3. You think?
I'm not saying 6. I'm saying $1,000, like no percentage.
Yeah. Okay.
I just like to come in hard, because it's like I'll be your solution, or we can just move on. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't care. So the realtor's the only one making money in this situation.
Would he make? How much would he make? He would make nothing on the short sale.
On a short sale, it goes away. Yeah, because the bank takes it.
So the realtor gets nothing.
Right.
Okay. So really, all I need to do is, if I have to do anything, is put some money in his pocket.
Yeah, and usually, I mean, start at $500. I'm always like, you never know you never know what it is they need, and so I always start low. I'm kind of ruthless when it comes to that, and
love it.
And it doesn't work every time, but when it works, oh goodness!
All right, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get after it.
All right, enjoy it. All right, let's see. Hey, Frankie, did anything ever work there? Oh, Frankie. Now we're not even seeing you. Okay, I'm going to throw you back into nothing personal.
Now.
What's that?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Frankie. We just can't see you, but don't worry about it. Go ahead and turn off the video. We're going to let you. We saw you. You're super good looking.
Can you hear me?
We already know it. I can hear you though. Oh, but it's horrible. Yeah, but it's like cutting in and out. It's really, you sound like a robot.
Okay. All right.
Oh, now it's better. Okay. Tell me do it fast.
Okay. All right. I'm just getting started and trying to get the understanding where I should start and what I'm listening. This is the second day or third day.
Okay, great.
I like what I'm hearing. I'm just trying to understand it.
Okay, I'm going to give you a super quick, easy thing to do. Because what I wanted more than anything when I first started was something to do. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to just call realtors, okay? And your the whole point of your call is to any realtor. Doesn't have to be a deal or anything. I just want you to get used to understanding what they're looking for and hearing how they speak. But also, your goal on every single call is to find out why the people are selling their house. That's it to start.
Okay.
Do that today.
All right. So I live in, the south in Texas, and by South Padre Island, and here they have a lot of the listings like the people are talking about. They go from as little as 5 days all the way up to 425 days.
Good.
And they're still on there.
Yeah. So you want start with those $425, the ones that have been on for 425. Start there and find out what's going on.
But it's now. Okay, the question I got, because of some of the deterrents I can understand, because we bought our house a couple of years ago and we want to move because we're tired of the HOA. That is one of the things I think is a big deterrent for some people, because the HOAs are not reasonable. They're because we're on the coast. The one I'm looking at has been on here for 425 days, and it's
Frankie,
it's the 3-2, huh?
Frankie, I want you to call these people. That's the first thing you do, because you're going to overanalyze it all day long. But the treasure that you're looking for is in the hands of those realtors. And so I want you to start calling those realtors, have these discussions with them so they can give you a little bit more idea, but find out why people are selling, okay? And once you know their motivation for selling, then you can figure out your strategy. But that's your first step.
Well, that That was the question, because last year on the same island there was only maybe 120 properties that were for sale. This year, or not last year, year before, this year there's almost 390 on the same island, and I'm just like going,
get them.
That seems like somebody's like a mass.
They're just waiting
exodus.
for you. They are waiting for you.
Yeah.
So become the mayor of that area. Get to know everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Build the rapport with the realtors, and they're gonna put those all in your pocket.
Okay.
All right.
And the other thing before yes, sir. And the other thing had a question for is the property that I'm in. We want out of this one. We want to move on into we want to get onto either a ranch or a compound, because we have senior family members we need to move closer to us. That was that's what motivated me to start doing so, because I could find a property that I could actually purchase and move my family on there would be great, just to get away from here.
Great. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go get an actual mic that connects into this thing. Hopefully it'll be a lot better than what we're doing.
Okay, perfect. Oh, you're awesome. Okay, just make those phone calls.
Talk to you guys.
You know the area, so just start hammering that area. Okay, bro. Good job.
Yes, sir. All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, Andrew.
G'day, Trent. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. New here, loving all these morning sessions, learning a lot.
Good.
I've found a property that I wanted to run by you that I was going to probably make an offer on this morning.
Okay. Have you talked to the realtor?
I have, yeah, twice, and I put him in a good spot. So he was sort of chasing me back yesterday, which is good.
All right.
And it's two quadplexes, and it's in sort of a rural, I suppose, part of California, but it's I think quite a well-trafficked area, a lot of farming.
Okay. It's in central California?
Yeah, it's sort of, more towards Phoenix, or towards the Arizona way, but it's, I think it's priced pretty well. There's no distress on the property. And it's, from speaking to the realtor, he said the 8 units are full, fully occupied. So I sort of did some numbers on the cap rate, and it was sort of around 16%, which I was pretty blown away by.
That's insane.
So when they're saying like that, and it's a bit rural, and it's, you still, you've always got to get a property management company, but then if there's no distress, would I go in and lowball them with cash and then try and go into a creative deal? Is that
absolutely? And what's cool about rural is they don't really know about creative. For some reason, they haven't been pitched to death on it. You go to Ohio or Florida, and they're like, "Okay, I've heard it. I don't care," and they get rid of you. Rural, and that's what the 12-year-old from Singapore. That's what he goes after. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So just lowball with cash.
Yeah, and if they're rented, even better.
Yeah, they're all rented. So I think it seems I might even take it myself rather than pass it on. But it's
there you go,
like good opportunity.
What's the price tag on it?
$350.
Oh yeah, for each or both?
$350 for all 8. There we go.
Yeah, you want to grab that? That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to? It's my first deal. If you want to partner on it, I'd be down to share with you.
Yeah, I'd love to. That'd be great. Yeah, we'll JV with you. If you in the chat will be a form. If you fill that out, it helps us stay organized on our side.
Yep.
But yeah, you're in a really good situation. And if you want to buy it, I'll JV with you to help you, but it's yours. So I mean, it's not gonna be something where we're splitting anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of trying to decide at the moment. Like maybe I just want to flip it if it's worth, getting the taking the quick money and not having to deal with finding the rental management company, all that sort of stuff to run the property.
What's the name of the what city is it?
Oh, I'm going to give it away if I say that.
Is it that small? Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, cool. Yeah, just fill out that form and we'll be back in touch for sure.
Awesome. All right, cheers, Trent.
All right, where are you from?
I'm from Australia, Sydney, but I live in LA, so I'm here permanently now. I've got a 5-year-old little son behind me somewhere.
We're in LA. I'm in Orange County. I'm in Newport Beach.
I'm in West Adams, so we're all right here. We got some bit of a big smoke cloud for the last 3 days. A lot
I
of
haven't
ash.
gotten anything. Orange County is we get I don't know what it is. The wind must be blowing offshore because I'm not seeing any smoke at all.
Like Armageddon until this morning. It's like finally a beautiful blue sky. But yeah, I mean it was insane the last few days.
It's so
like
crazy. Well, I'm glad you're safe. That's because you've got a lot of wood around you there.
Oh yeah. I was a bit worried yesterday when you know the ash and the embers are coming into the my neighborhood and my car's covered in ash. I was like, God, won't take much to set us all on fire, but we're safe.
Okay, good. That's the good thing. Yeah, fill that out and we'll be talking.
Cheers, Trent. Will do.
All right, buddy. See ya. Hey, Cross, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Nothing much. I really just joined the Discord like 3 days ago, but I was watching some videos. I was in some of the live streams earlier from Richard, and I really want to take the creative finance approach. I was just wondering. No, there's no but at all.
No,
honestly,
it's fun. It's super fun.
Oh yeah. No, it's super fun. I saw him punching in the numbers, and I'm a salesman myself. Like I like to sell. And so I feel like that's something that I could definitely do. I know it's like a 10 to 15% down payment, and then you offer like 20 to 40K above asking price. And then
so let me slow you down. Go 8 to 10, especially if you want to sell it, because we're focused 100% trying to get buyers to buy these things. And so you want it to be an amazing deal for them. So 8 to 10 is a head turner for people because they're like, sweet, I can get in. And then don't worry about offering over asking until you understand what's going on with their problem. Because if they're incentivized just by getting their asking price, then let's get there so we're not overpaying. But then if we want to incentivize them, if we see that we need to give them a little bit more reasons, then we can start, going a little bit more above their asking price for the seller finance.
Gotcha.
The key to the whole thing is making phone calls. It sounds like you've done it.
I was gonna start. I haven't made phone calls yet. I was up a little last night. I kind of joined this Discord late, but I do want to start making phone calls because I feel like I can definitely sell the deal. I feel like that 100%. But the part that I need help on is just having someone do the other side of the work or just helping me with the other half until I get more familiar with it. Because
with the numbers,
no, not the numbers. I can do the numbers because I know I can go through the Excel spreadsheet, the Discord oven. And then I was watching.
Are you worried about the dispo part of it? What's the other side of it?
Like the contract stuff and getting it finalized. But I feel like I'm really strong in the fact that I can definitely close it. I'm confident in that. I have to get a phone call, but I'm sure I can. I would just need help on the like the second half, like the closing it actually, like with the email template or whatever it may be.
Yeah, and we do all that. We can help you out with that stuff, but it's super imperative that you know what their motivation is, and you're talking to the realtors before you get to that part. And what I teach people is call the realtor, get all the motivations out of them, and understand everything, and then say, okay, great. Let me get back to you. I'm going to run some numbers and check and see what I can do. That gives you time you don't have to do it in that call. Now you can come back, you can slow down, you can check everything out, do your numbers, then call them back. And it does two things. It allows you that time to figure out your numbers. Secondly, it builds credibility with the realtor. The realtor then is like, oh, wow, this is so cool. This guy called back. He said he was going to, called back right at 1. This guy's serious. It's a great credibility builder. And then when it comes to the contracts and everything, once you get a verbal confirmation that they want to go with whatever your numbers were, then we can step in and help you. And I'll put my form in the chat. But then we can help you with contracts and all that stuff.
Got you. So once I get a verbal yes, so basically, first off, call them, say, hey, what's the motivation for selling this piece of property?
Well, yes and no. You want to call them and you want to say, hey, what's going on? And what am I seeing on this, property on Zillow? What can you tell me about it that I can't see from you? Build rapport. You want to have a nice little conversation, about a 10-minute conversation where you build as much rapport as you can. If they have a dog bark in the background, be like, hey, what kind of dog you got? We want to know more about the realtor. We want to be a friend to the realtor. it gets you 10 times more listings. They'll give you pocket listings if they like you. So you want to build that rapport. So you want to slow way down, get to know them, be a little bit more human, because what they're getting inundated with offers. Like, oh, I'll give you 10% down. I'll do this and this and this. And they're like, oh, there's zero credibility. These guys never come through. But if you're the one that comes through and you show that you're calling back and you build that rapport, then you're a friend. You're somebody they want to talk to.
Got you.
Okay.
All right. So basically, offer it, call them, hey, have a conversation, be human with them, and then kind of get into the motivation behind the property and why they want to sell it. And then just say, once you kind of end that phone call, just say, hey, I'm going to call you guys back in a couple hours or so. Is this a good time to call you guys back? If they give us the confirmation, then I crunch up the numbers, call them back and say, kind of feed into it, but then just let them know, hey, look, this is what I have down. I do want to do the Trojan horse because I think that's brilliant.
Because what you're doing, you're bringing their expectations down for their property when you give them that low cash offer. But then when you offer them asking price on a set of payments, they're like, oh, sweet. At least I'm getting asking price. So solid.
Yeah. So once I close that, because I want to make phone calls today. Like, this has only been my third day in the Discord, but I want to start making phone calls today after. No, I can do it before Richard's live because I do want to jump on that ball.
You should always be on the phone because that's where the deals are. The deals aren't in the calculator. They are 100% on the phone. Got
you. And then once I get that verbal yes, I can just run it down you or even Garrett, right? Because I heard that he does.
Yeah, Garrett or me, I'll JV with you, and we'll do all your contracts, all that stuff, and get it through BuyBox.
Please JV with me.
Okay, absolutely. We'd love to. That'd be fun.
All right, thank you so much.
And there's the form right there in the chat. Marilyn just put it up there for you.
I tried to get my camera on my computer. For some reason, it wasn't working, so I just switched over to my phone. But I'm gonna switch back over to my computer. But my camera's going to be off. I don't know why it's not working on my computer.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's a setting. But yeah, I'd love to hear you make phone calls too. So if you want to come in, I'm here 8 to 10 every day, except Sunday, and we can totally do phone calls, and we can beat you up about how good or bad you are on the phone.
Please, and I'm in the California area too. So
where are you?
I'm in LA right now. I'm in a little bit outside of K-Town, but I just moved back here because I was in Texas. I was finishing my graduate degree. And then so I just moved back here. And my friend Chase, he's also in the Discord too. He kind of put me on this, and he's a really smart guy. I trust him a lot. And he said that, he kind of recommended that I try this because I'm tired of being a broke bitch. And so I really just want to make that money and get the ball rolling.
Okay, let's do it. That's great. Well, anytime.
And I was driving around.
I meet up with people all the time. So, I mean, since you're close, I can always come up there. No problem.
I'll come up to you. I've driven up to Newport before, and I'm very familiar with the area and everything like that. I was actually driving around Costa Mesa yesterday, and like you guys were saying, it was clear. It wasn't smoky at all whatsoever. But you get down into LA, and it's terrible. So.
Oh, I shot news for 15 years in LA. Never seen anything like this. It's just because we had it in Laguna. Laguna Beach caught fire the same way about 20 years ago. And that's all just a hill. And we lost like 600-700 houses. And so, it was crazy. And I live in Corona del Mar. And so there was a toll road that just went in that the Pelican Hill road went in. It stopped it from coming into our neighborhood. So we were packing everything up and getting out. So it's scary.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that you worked in the newsroom because my minor in college was journalism, and so I've written a few pieces and everything like that. I won a few awards through SPJ and all that too, and so I love writing. Like, that's honestly what I was trying to pursue, is freelance writing and just doing sports writing. So it's funny that you have that background, because I have that background too. And
sports is my life. I mean, I've ESPN, ABC Sports.
I wanted sports. Yeah.
I've done 30 years of 30 years of sports. Every major sporting event I've been to.
Yeah,
And
what you did is honestly what I wanted to do. I still would like to do it, but
it's a tough
it's
business
just,
now. It's a whole different deal.
it
It
is.
really is. So don't feel discouraged because everybody can do it now. That's the problem. The iPhone changed everything because everybody's now YouTube is on fire. So let's make you money
Even
here.
with
We'll
what
be
we're
good.
doing right now too.
What's that?
Even with what we're doing right now too, like, you know, joining a Discord group, having
Yeah.
tons of people in, just learning for $20 a month, that's cheaper than tuition. And, you know, you
Oh,
pay for college,
absolutely.
I pay for college. So it's just crazy how accessible the information is and how cheap you're getting it. And not many people want you to do it that way. You know, the university doesn't want to, they want to overcharge you a rate that isn't deserving of what you're getting in return in your education. You know, I taught public
Absolutely.
speaking at Texas Tech. I was a graduate part-time instructor, and just seeing the motivation of students and everything like that, it was very shitty. You know, the educational system has diminished greatly after COVID-19. I like to say that the graduate degree is a new bachelor's degree is a new high school degree. It's just so on and so forth. It's terrible. So
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you got the motivation and with Hold My Hand Wholesale, I mean, $20 a month, you not only get the education, but you get everybody down there. Like all those people down there are here to help you. And you've got Chase too. But I mean, these guys, we're all helping each other. It's awesome. I love it. It's been life-changing for me.
yeah, and I've listened to a few of your live streams before too, like previous days, and I mean it's very true because you can hop into the Hangouts and your net worth is your network. You know what I mean? So if you have a good network of people, then you can really make a lot of money. And I think that's the beauty of this Discord is that you have a lot of people with a lot of knowledge who can help you, and they're willing to help. And that's really cool because typically, if you want help like this or you want to make big money, you have to pay crazy money to get that 30-minute one-on-one, that 1 hour
Oh, yeah.
one-on-one. So this is honestly great. I really like it.
Oh, I'm so psyched you're here. This is good. Okay, now let's get you some deals. Get on that phone. Call realtors. Call.
I'm gonna get some calls. I'm gonna get ready for the day, and then I'm gonna look on Zillow, just crank down some numbers real quick, and then I'm gonna get on the phone, and then just go from there. But I will. I do want to JV with you, so
Yeah,
I
we'd love to
will.
help you out. 100%.
I'll find something in a day or two. Trust me.
Okay, awesome. I'll hold you to it. I'm here every morning, 8 to 10. So come in. All right, bro.
I will.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
All right, kill it.
Will do.
Okay. Let's see. Nathan the Monk.
Hello,
Hey.
hello.
How's it going?
Not too shabby. Kind of just getting back into all this after Christmas break.
It was
had
tough.
A busy semester,
I
but
missed it. It was slow during Christmas.
yeah. But two questions.
Yeah.
I understand, the formulas, how to calculate ARV, all of that.
Okay.
How do I know what the buyer wants?
The
where do I
buyer
get
wants an
that
insane deal. Like I always equate it to a garage sale, and you walk in and there's a Tiffany lamp sitting there, and because you've got all the information that Tiffany lamp is worth $5,000, and you go in and you offer $100, and they're like, yeah, $100 works. That's what a buyer wants. They want to see that huge margin because you got to turn their head. You've got to show them things that are amazing. We're on a treasure hunt every single day, and that's what makes it fun. And so, a treasure isn't finding $5 in the sand. It's finding that $100,000 gold nugget. So those are out there, and you're dealing with houses, and houses are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even the crappy ones are. And so let's find that margin and make sure we have enough margin between what you're getting it for and what we can sell it to buyers for. It's that simple.
Gotcha. Okay. So just that's why everybody's saying, oh well, low ball cash offer, because they're usually all low balls.
Yeah. Well, and cash honestly is, and Richard will say it, it's like banging your head against the wall. You're just throwing out numbers to people and hoping somebody says yes. So you got to call 100, 200 people.
The Trojan horse I hear is the way to go. When it's
That's where you get creative.
Pivot. Yeah.
And it's a lot more fun. And potentially you're like even sub 2, you're helping somebody, which is great. That's a great feeling.
DSCR loans. I asked in the homepage chat if that was only for, because I understood y'all were talking about it. It was only for units of 1 to 4 units, or houses or buildings of 1 to 4 units. But somebody said only up to maybe 150K, and then they're not used. What do you say to that?
We had Grant in here a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see him? So a DSCR loan is basically a dumbed down commercial loan. So when you get up higher, then it just becomes a commercial loan. That's the difference.
Higher in terms of units or higher in terms of price?
Correct, both of them.
Oh, okay. So if it's like a 2 unit, but they're trying to get it for 300K, that would just be really a commercial loan at that point.
No. 2 units I'm talking, and when it's I think it needs to be 4 units or more. Grant will correct me, but
no, yeah, and you said price and amount of units, so that's why I asked.
Oh, both. I'm just saying both of those are factors in a commercial loan.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so if it's higher priced, so when you're in the $600,000-$700,000, you're going to start moving into a commercial loan, but it's usually because there's 8 units.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, other than
have you been making a lot of phone calls?
I haven't. Like I
said, get on the phone.
I'm just refreshing myself with everything because it's been I've just been busy with this past semester and been back at home with family. So no, you said just call random realtors and just get that rapport up. And I heard your spiel to Cross, I believe it was. But how do I choose where to go? Because I mean,
okay,
as a country, but I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know.
No hard fast rule, but everybody's doing Florida, everybody's doing Ohio, everybody's doing Detroit, everybody's doing Texas.
Sure.
And I think we have a few more states out there. Start going after those. The kid in Singapore, the 12-year-old in Singapore, is going after rural because nobody knows. Like he said, I'm by myself. There's no competition. So Kentucky, Tennessee, places you don't think of. Like we forget that Iowa is a state. When's the last time you heard Iowa? So go after those. And if you're on the East Coast, just start moving west a little bit, and so you can start calling later and later because you've got the advantage. You're ahead of the time. So
yeah, I wish that was the case. I'm in Utah now, so it's not the case. But I'll try. I'll just have to get up earlier.
Where in Utah are you?
I'm in Provo.
Okay, that's where my whole family, all my kids are there.
Well, if you're ever in the area, perhaps we can meet up and talk.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love that. That'd be sick.
All right, great. Well, those were my only 2 questions. I appreciate the tips on the areas and everything. I'll get after
and
it.
the realtors have your deals, so that's the most important thing. Realtors, they all have your deals, and they often have pocket listings that aren't listed anywhere. That's why you want to make those calls, because they might have. Always ask them, like, hey, got anything else? You got anything that works with what I'm talking about? Always bug the realtor for sure.
In terms of if they have an offer that's under the table or something, or that isn't put up. Okay,
that's what a pocket listing is. It's a listing they have in their pocket. So they're like, oh wait, this one's coming up in 2 weeks, and they're getting divorced, and they're and they're like. Yeah, we could, is that kind of fits the criteria you're looking to do. And so it's like, great, let's do it.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Trent. Appreciate it.
Take it easy.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Who have I passed over? Let's see. Hey, RJ's here. RJ, what's up? What you got?
Hey, so
did I send you an email? I talked to my hotel guy, just so you know.
Oh,
so I just okay. So he's because Leah has a hotel in Vermont. We're putting together a whole I think you even sent me decks, right, from the other ones. Okay, good. Yep. So I'm gonna package all that stuff together and send it to him this weekend. Okay, sweet. Okay, I'm excited about that. I have no idea. Who knows? We're gonna do Yeah, that, no, and he but was super receptive because we've known each other forever. Okay. And he's like, "You're doing what? And you're teaching? Like, what are you taught? What?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't know how it happened." And so he's excited because he spends all day buying hotels, and it's just he's got boutique hotels, but he's got the Marriott name behind him, so pretty cool. Well, I have a good feel. If you looked at some of the pictures of those hotels, then some of them are kind of fancy. So yeah, that's great. We can do something cool there. How that'd many be units awesome. were they? Just off? Do you remember how many rooms? No, I don't remember off the top of my head. There's 3 different hotels though. I think 2 were in Florida and 1 was in Costa Rica.
Was it
Costa
Costa
Rica?
Rica?
No, it was in Cabo.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico and Cabo, right?
I think.
Okay, we'll look at them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look.
I can tell you're
Yeah.
totally attached to them. That's great.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be cool. Yeah. So I had a quick question about the creative contract, actually. So I'm working on that wrap deal, and this dude is just like, it's kind of frustrating. He's taking, every time I send him a revise to the contract or anything, he sends it to what I'm assuming is a wish.com lawyer that just like takes 3 days to review it and then just like doesn't really know what they're talking about.
Okay. A lot of that.
There's a part. Yeah, it's frustrating me. But there's a part of the contract where it's a cure period, and it's talking about, if the party fails to comply and perform under the contract, it says the other party shall deliver a notice to breaching the contract, If there is a default, then it will be a breach of contract. And I guess his lawyers are not liking that it's called breach of contract. He wants it clearly stated that if someone defaults on the payments, that he will receive the house back.
Okay.
Is that something separate that, because like,
no,
I tried calling
what's
somebody.
cool is you can strike that and reword it. Like, don't have any problem with that. Like, and everybody should agree with that. And just say we're just trying to get clarity.
Mhm.
That's it. Because we didn't like the legalese, we want to make it very clear.
Okay, I just used the contract that was in the Discord, and then there was other 2 things that I was like, oh, I should have noticed that was in there, and I didn't. That there was 2 laws that talked about Arizona law in the contract.
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, I don't know why those are in the contract, but I was able to work around it. It just being like, hey, this is a blanket contract because we send contracts all across the U.S. So it's just a blanket contract to just make sure all boxes are checked everywhere.
And that was part of
that
was part of the buy boxes contract. Says Arizona.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's something that
That's
says
strange.
under the law of Arizona, something.
I'll have to ask
I could
them why
look it
they
up,
did
but I don't want to open the message because it's so I don't know if it's just like a blanket thing for people that send those contracts in Arizona, but that was something. So I guess I'll just take it out. I was just more concerned that like I've never closed a creative deal. I've never closed a wrap deal. I've only closed cash deals. So I didn't know if there was an extra sort of document being that this is a subject to and a seller financing, or if I could just take this entire contract.
How is it
and give
both?
it to a title company.
How is
It's a
it
wrap.
subject to? Oh, okay.
Yeah, or hybrid, whatever it's called. So it's the seller financing portion to
I
the
got you
seller,
now.
and then a subject to for his
Yeah, it's a
HELOC and
hybrid.
everything
Okay.
else. Yeah. So with that, I'm like, can I just, when he signs this, I can just assign the contract to a buyer, go to title, and do the typical process that I have with cash when we close this deal. Is that correct?
Sounds right.
Okay. Yeah. The contract portion was just my cash contract is so straightforward. It's just like,
Oh
this
yeah,
is the
yeah.
house,
Cash is
inspection period. This is this. Yeah, it's so much easier. But like, I don't want to not close deals because I just don't know the contract. So I want to understand. I think I was going to book a one-on-one with. I think there's a lawyer that I could book a one-on-one with to kind of.
Yeah, Tony is in there. Yeah, he'll help you for sure.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be good. But yeah, so I guess I'll just make those slight tweaks to the contract, and then, I figured that a buyer wouldn't have a problem if if they default on the payment, that the seller gets the house back. That sounds pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah, it's funny. A lot of people have a problem with that. A lot of people are like, "I don't want that house back," and you're like, "Well, what do you want? So sometimes they do have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'll make that, and then cool. Okay, that'd be awesome. That was my only question.
All right. Perfect. Good stuff. Hey, so Jeff's coming up now. I think. Let me see if he's in here. Jeff, you. I know he was under the weather. Let's see. Jeff. He'll probably come up. Okay. Well, VAR 729. I forget your name, and no, it's not VAR 729. It's you're my text. I know we were talking earlier. You want to come up, or it might go fast because Jeff might take over. So we'll see if Jeff is coming in. Okay, we'll wait for that. How about Becky? Becky, oh, she can't hear us. So Zabo, come on up. Zabo? Nope. All right, everybody's taking a nap.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Trent?
Oh, there we go. Yep. How you doing? You have a camera?
Hey, dude, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm turning it on.
Okay, cool. Hey, what's going on? I saw you for a second. Oh boy.
I filtered to.
Oh, your audio is cutting in and out.
What about now?
That's better. How are you?
I'm good. My difficulty, I guess, is with Zillow. I'm like, I put in the filters to, I guess, to show properties that have been listed for more than, I guess, 60 days. No, to more than. Oh, yeah, more than 36 months, 24 months, 12 months, so I can get like those, I guess, those distressed properties. Like I'm just starting out. I've done calls. I have done calls, and I guess I've been close to people like sounding like or agents sounding like they're satisfied with deals, I guess, like with contracts, and they're telling me, okay, I'm gonna give the seller the deal, and we'll get back to you. And when it's through buy box, the buy box says don't create the contract unless they're ready to sign.
Yep,
so
correct.
My question is like, I don't know, it's kind of like how do I still build the confidence to like, well, I mean, I do have the confidence to keep making calls, but it's like how, like, you know, it's kind of hard to keep going, you know. It's like
yeah, that's why we make the phone calls. It's because we get used to the cadence of the realtors, and it's way better. It's so much easier to understand the process when you're talking to the realtor, and because they're the end game of the whole thing. So the more you can talk to the realtors, the better. And again, when you're talking to the realtors, don't feel like you need to throw out an offer to them. Go ahead and just, like, you know, go back to your pen and pad and do the numbers and call them back. And sometimes that helps a little bit. Is that what you're getting the hang up on, or what's your hang up right now?
I guess also a lot of the agents not knowing, like, you know, so much of the information. Like, I try to, you know, get to talk to them because I'm going off of Zillow. I'm going off of the numbers off of Zillow, and I'm calling the numbers that are on Zillow. So it's like it's connecting me to agents, and the agents, you know, sometimes I ask them, it's like, you know, do you know what the mortgage? Do you know what the mortgage is? And they're like, no, I don't know what the mortgage is. Okay, like, do you know? Well, I'm looking at pictures. Do you know what's wrong with the house? What was the last thing fixed on the house? You know, what do
They're
you
like,
feel
I've never been there. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like there's so much beating around the bush, and it's like, okay, so how do I get in? Like, can you contact me? Can you connect me to someone that can actually talk to me about the house? And it's like, yeah, you know, definitely, I'll you know, oh, what are you looking for? It's like, well, I'm looking to have a conversation about the house so I can,
So
get
are
more
you?
information.
What kind of houses are you going after? What like price range?
Single family, multifamily, 300,000, 400,000. I mean, I'm really going for
Yeah, because you're going for the higher end stuff.
I mean, it's what I'm from New York, so
that's fine. Nobody wants to talk to anybody from New York.
Like I'm going through maybe houses in maybe closer areas. Maybe I should branch out further, I guess.
Yeah, try stuff. I mean, give like Kentucky and Iowa and Nebraska, give those guys a shot and see, because not everybody's going after those. And so what might be happening is you're hitting areas that are saturated with wholesalers calling, right? Because if you call Florida and Texas and New Orleans, apparently is like really saturated. Ohio, Detroit, those are all really saturated markets right now.
Yeah.
So try some of those smaller places and see what you can do, because also a lot of them haven't been getting calls, and so they're going to be excited when you call instead of geez, it's another wholesaler.
Right. And like, okay, so another question is factoring in, I guess anytime I see like something wrong with the house, like just first and foremost, like, do I always go lowball?
Yeah. Well, you want to get a deal. I mean, that's the whole point of this whole thing, is because we've got to sell these to somebody. You know what I mean? And so we really have to keep, the price has got to be low, and it's got to be a deal. It's got to be something that somebody can't say no to. Make sense?
Yeah, it definitely does make sense. It definitely does.
Yeah, so try that. Maybe
I guess the
area.
fear is also the lowball. I guess the fear is also the lowball too. You get scared of them just straight turning away from the lowball, but at the same time,
No, don't be afraid of anything. These are just realtors, and you're just making offers. There's no fear.
Yeah.
Right?
No, definitely. There definitely is no fear.
And you know what? Make it more of a game and make it more fun. And you'll be 10 times more motivated to do it if it's fun. Right?
Yeah. I guess the next time I come up, I'll be coming up with an offer.
Okay, and next time you come up, I'm back tomorrow between 8 and 10. If you're around, come up and we'll make some phone calls. And
I'm literally in here every single day. Like, I listen to every, like, I literally in here every single day. Sometimes I fall asleep in class because I work overnights. So sometimes I come in and I immediately just join the stage, wait for you to join, and I just listen in. And as I'm on, I make phone calls and I try, So
well, I'm psyched you came up because let's make phone calls. Where do you work? What do you do overnight?
I work overnight, like stock and CVS, and then I'm also a personal driver during the day. So my history is really just really driving. My license is my life. I've driven trucks for 10. I've driven trucks for 10 years. I was a mover for over 10 years, and I've just I'm trying to get out of the heavy labor.
Absolutely. Well, good. I'm super psyched you're here, and you're a grinder, and so you're gonna have no problem with any of this.
I'll be back tomorrow with an offer. I promise you.
Okay, I'll count on it.
Thank you.
Okay, buddy. Take care. Okay, Andrew C. Oh, VAR, go ahead.
Okay, hey, good morning. Okay, so Trent, remember those the quadplex. Okay, so I talked to the guy. He's not the listing agent for those. Those not well. That's not they off market, but he's not the ones who's in charge of those. It's his his boss. Her name is Catherine Christie or something. But anyway, she's having him do all the work.
Oh, gotcha.
She's the owner of the realty company, and so he was like, well, before we go any further, he was like, he want to make sure he want me to do some kind of agreement so to make sure he's going to get paid too. I'm like, isn't that your boss?
Yeah.
things to make sure you get paid? Because that's not my job to make sure you get paid. I said I'm quite sure you're going to get paid. I know that for a fact. He said because we're not making an offer to him, we're going to be making an offer to his boss. So and he said he's just the middleman, just like I am, you know.
Yeah.
So he was like, he just want to make sure he get paid, but but those properties he don't have any more. He really don't have any more pictures. All the stuff he sent me, this is what he said he has, and he also said they got like a shit ton or more off market properties, and some of them are worth millions.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So he said if he we treat him right, he'll make sure we get a lot of them.
Great. That's everything.
So I'm like, okay. I said, well, I know we're gonna treat you right. Is your boss gonna treat you right? That's the thing.
Yeah. Right.
Because we're gonna make sure So, but anyways, moving forward. So, what we gonna do? Should I continue to work with him, or should I just say, hey, let me work with your boss?
Yeah. Just work with the boss. Always go to the top.
Because she's the owner of the company, and it's all her stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she had him call me and all that stuff yesterday. Because when I was leaving office, trying to talk to him about other talk to her about other properties. Because I left her a message. I remember leaving her messages in Texas, messages and stuff, and she had him call. He called. He was like, "Oh yeah, she told me to call you and do all this stuff." So I don't know. I was like, maybe she should go. You should get paid for it then.
Yeah, right. For sure.
It's not because she's not doing no work.
Okay.
So what you want me to do? Should I just go in and just say, hey, let's work with you, or just work with her?
Talk with the boss. Always
talk with the boss. Okay.
Talk with the boss.
Because he said he's just the agent. I was like, oh, you're not the. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, get
I'm
the
like,
boss.
okay, and if he refused, then we just don't.
Well, then what else can you do? Then you skip trace the owner. That's when I would skip trace the owner.
She is the owner. The owner had him do all. No, not the property of the
So I'm saying skip trace the owners of the property. Go around them completely.
Okay.
That's another thing you can do.
Okay, because if she don't want to talk, I'll talk to her and like, hey, one of y'all want to make this money or what?
Yep.
And so with those numbers, what do you think about those numbers?
I think you're good. We just need to find their motivation. So you got to talk to them first. That's the big thing.
Right.
All right.
Because
give it a go and let me know what happens.
Yeah, because when I asked him about why they're selling, he said nobody say anything, and he said I just can't say this and that's that and that's disclosed privileges, So I was like, okay, this is a move forward. Let's go. Let's do what we need to do.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm gonna see if I can try to lowball the numbers a little bit. If not,
lowball them big time. Big time lowball. We want good deals.
Because he said he thought it was more. He thought the offer. I mean, those numbers gonna be more. And he said when he did the numbers, he said, "Oh, those numbers are right. Those numbers are low." He said that's good since they are low like that. Because he really thought it was really going to be more because they quadplexes and they all rented out. He said because it's like in each quad, 3 of them are renting out, and the fourth one. And the fourth ones are ready to go. So, and the first quad that one needs to be rehab.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, I've got to. It's 10:15, so I'm getting kicked out of here because I know Jeff's coming up next. So I'm going to end my live so Jeff can get in here. I don't want to. Okay. His toes. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for reaching out for sure. Good luck with those.
And then I got a shit ton of more properties that's are off market, not off market, but couples. They package deals. I
good.
talked to a lady
Okay.
last night.
All right,
Yeah,
perfect.
All right, so
Okay.
I'll let you know
All
about
right,
those.
guys, I'm gonna end this live. Let's see. Jeff will be coming up at 10 o'clock, but it's 10:15. So we'll see when he comes back up, and he'll bring it back up.
All right.
Okay, guys, take it easy. Thanks for being here. I'm back again 8 to 10 tomorrow. See you.